Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to this amazing celebration event for the Bradford Opportunity Area. Looking back at the past 5 years, also looking forward to what more we can do for children and young people in the Bradford district. It's absolutely incredible to look out and see all of your faces here today. Familiar faces, new faces, a whole range of people from all walks of life, all parts of the UK and all parts of Bradford district. As Catherine said, my name is Anne-Marie Canning. My day job is as CEO of a charity called the Brilliant Club, but I'm also the independent chair of the Bradford Opportunity Area, and I have been since 2017. It's a volunteer role, and although I'm not a Bradfordian, you can probably tell I am from Yorkshire. This city has started to feel like home to me over the past 5 years. And I want to just personally thank everyone who gave me such a warm welcome as the independent chair. It's a really special moment for me today to bring my baby, Teddy, to this conference to meet Bradfordians from all over the city. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the opportunity areas. They were founded in the 12 areas of the country most challenged in terms of education and social mobility. And the challenge in Bradford was big. There are 12 opportunity areas, but a quarter of all the children in those opportunity areas live right here in Bradford. Bradford is big, our opportunity area is big. In fact, children in our opportunity area for far too long haven't had access to a really great school. In terms of attainment, both in progress and attainment, we've not been where we want to be for our children for quite some time. People have been working for a long, long time to improve these stats and figures. But actually, the opportunity area gave us a chance to really turbocharge work. Listen, the headwinds have always been against us here in Bradford. We know child poverty is surging, and we know now, in the wake of COVID, is a critical moment to act in the best interests of our children and young people. One of the reasons I was so keen to be a part of the Opportunity Area programme is that it involved the government and the Department for Education trusting us, trusting Bradfordians to decide what our children needed. It involved civil servants and politicians giving us the pen to write our plan. And that is what we did. We wrote our delivery plan back in 2017, and we identified 4 priority areas for children, young people and their families in Bradford. Firstly, we wanted to work on school improvement. Secondly, we wanted to boost engagement with literacy, particularly through parents. We were really keen to ensure that we were helping young people in Bradford to connect with employers and to understand the careers that were out there. And finally, we really wanted to focus on understanding and breaking down the barriers that young people face in education and the workplace. So those were our 4 priorities detailed in our delivery plan. And we brought together a team to oversee this work. It included people such as head teachers, both primary and secondary. It included MAT CEOs, Multi-Academy Trust CEOs, the local authority, elected representatives, community leaders. A whole range of people came together to form our partnership board to really oversee and drive this work over the past 5 years. So what have we managed to achieve in half a decade? So we've invested £15 million, and every single school in this district has benefited from that money directly. 663,000 touch points for children in terms of our interventions and activities, lots of benefit being generated for a wide range of young people. We set ourselves a really clear target. We wanted to work with 25 schools to help them move up at least 1 Ofsted grade. In fact, as we stand here today in the Salts Mill, 39 schools have moved up 1 or more Ofsted grades in the Bradford district. 1,500 teachers have benefited from the CPD training and development opportunities that we've offered. And remarkably, 110 schools in the district are engaged with research that is breaking down those barriers to opportunity that I mentioned earlier. We've ensured 200,000 employee encounters have happened. That's right, 200,000. And that means young people getting to meet employers, understanding the world of work and working out what's right for them. And finally, through our close partnership working with PricewaterhouseCoopers, we've attracted 200 high-quality jobs into the city through the relocation of one of their offices into Bradford. Now, as well as all of this delivery and activity, we've been really mindful to think about the future and how we can ensure that we don't continually fight a tide of inequality and inopportunity. We've worked hard to inoculate our city against inequalities. This city is so lucky to be home to one of the most beautiful research projects in the entire world, Born in Bradford. And it's through a close connection with Born in Bradford, the Opportunity Area decided to found the Centre for Applied Education Research. This centre has achieved what people have said is impossible. It's knitted together health and education data for the first time in the UK. It really is a pioneering moment forged here in Bradford. This knitting together of data allows us to understand young people's lives, and it allows us to get upstream of the issues that hold them back and make sure we prevent them from happening, rather than trying to continually fight against the outcomes of barriers and inequality. So today is an opportunity to hear about all of those projects and more. And we're also launching our synthesis report. And this details all of the activities we've undertaken and all of our recommendations, not just for Bradford, but for the rest of the UK in turning around opportunities for young people from less advantaged backgrounds. Now, these figures, these programmes, these achievements, and actually these many challenges are impressive. They are impressive. But I want to tell you what happened during COVID, because for me, the story of what happened in COVID really illustrates the power of the Opportunity Area. And it shows us that no matter what money or power we have, it's really relationships that make a difference. When COVID hit in 2019, I dialed into our partnership board from my bedroom corner, and I fully expected the partnership board members, as dedicated as they were, to tell me that they had to focus on their own organisations and their own institutions. Just remember what it felt like in March and April of 2020. In fact, I logged on to a partnership board who stood up and said, "We cannot walk away from the Opportunity Area now. It's needed more than ever before." And I actually get a shiver down my back thinking about it, because it was such a powerful moment. People shared stories of what was going on in communities. People told us what was happening in their schools and colleges. And then we decided to run together against COVID. We decided to face those challenges head on as a team. We decided to take all of our resource, our support and our money and really pivot it and turn it towards tackling all of the issues that COVID was raising for children and young people in Bradford. What that meant is that over in Ravenscliffe, Maureen Holmes and her team of local mums who run the community centre had the necessary support to carry out vital work during COVID. In Ravenscliffe and across the city, we were waiting for laptops to arrive so children could keep learning, and they just weren't arriving. We waited months and months and months. But Maureen knew that it wasn't laptops that we needed in Ravenscliffe. Maureen knew that most families didn't even have a good internet connection in their family home. And so what Maureen did is, alongside delivering food parcels to families in Ravenscliffe, is she developed learning packs. She collected lesson plans, collated materials, put together really practical packs of learning to ensure that young people could keep learning and understanding what was going on at school throughout the lockdown. And what an amazing activity that was. What an amazing moment to see Bradford really showing people how you can respond to a crisis like COVID. And it's because Maureen knew the local community. It's because she knew the mums who were struggling to educate their children and feed their children during COVID. For me, Maureen is really the best of Bradford. She epitomises that Bradfordian spirit, that willingness to give up. But Maureen's story also encourages us in another way. Maureen's story tells us that when politics is weak, civil society must be strong. Civil society must be strong. In my day job as CEO of the Brilliant Club, I am lucky enough to travel around the country talking to educators, teachers, leaders in all different parts of the UK. And I talk to them about the Brilliant Club, And I also talk to them about Bradford as well. And inevitably, they ask me, how can we do what Bradford is doing? We want what Bradford's got. We want an opportunity area. How can we make that happen for our children? Because instinctively, they know that people working together for the common interests of children and young people is the way that we can make sustainable change. So as well as celebrating all of the great things about the opportunity area, and being honest about some of the things we found harder, today is an opportunity to look to the future. And you'll see there's lots of logos of our Alliance for Life Chances. And that's because what we created in the opportunity area, collectively, here as a group of people, and we all played a role, what we created is too precious to let it go. And we want to build on the legacy of the opportunity area. And for that reason, we're launching the Alliance for Life Chances. There'll be an opportunity to learn more about the Alliance for Life Chances throughout the day. But essentially, it's a machine, it's a way to come together and say, we want a better future for children and young people in Bradford District, and we will not let anything get in the way of that. And we will all play our role in helping to improve this city, so that it is not just a place of opportunity, it is a place brimming with opportunity for children and young people, because they deserve nothing less in the UK's youngest city. Now, Bradford is a city of makers. We're here in the Salts Mill. Bradford has made wool and textiles. Bradford has invented free school meals. Bradford even made QR codes, amazingly. And we're the City of Culture in 2025. We are a place that makes stuff. And that is our job right now, to make a better future for our children, to forge a better educational system, to create a city that allows every child to flourish no matter what their aspirations are. I genuinely believe that Bradford District has all of the ingredients it needs to be a social mobility success story over the next 15 years. But it will only happen if we make it happen. The pen is in our hand once more. We get to decide what our district looks like over the next 15 years. And I can see people nodding along. We are ready for this moment. Our children need us. We need to rise to the challenge. Now, talking about children and young people, one of the common threads in everything we've done at the opportunity area has been centering the voices of children and young people. I believe one of the best ways we can understand the barriers and also how we can generate more opportunities is to listen to young people and work with their voices. Now, as I say, this has been happening through a variety of programmes at the opportunity area, but a particular highlight was the Pandemic Summit in 2021, where hundreds upon hundreds of school children logged on to tell leaders across this district and from further afield what their experience of COVID and the lockdown had been and what they wanted the future to look like. They gave us a really clear blueprint of what they would like us to build in the city. So I'm delighted to welcome to the stage some young people from Dixon's Trinity Academy and also from Carlton Keighley School. Angela, Tricia and Abdullah are in year 8, 9 and 10. And also we have Lena and Hader. Please give them a massive round of applause.
Hello, my name is Abdullah and I'm in year 10.
My name is Tricia and I'm in year 9 at Dixon Street.
My name is Anjali and I'm in year 8 at Dixon Street.
My name is Lena and I'm from Carlton Keighley.
I'm Hajar Nasser and I'm from Carlton Keighley also.
Today we are going to telling our story of what we have done, how it felt and the impact we have made. Our story starts in March 2021. Students from 5 multi-academy trusts from all over Bradford got together to talk about what life had been during COVID and what we wanted to change. This was organised by Bradford School Trust, Speeda, Bedford, Carlton, Dixon and Exceed. Inspired by Bradford Citizens, which is part of Citizens UK, this is a charity that brings together faith, education and civil society groups to work together for the common good. We all use community organising, listen, build relationships, identify injustices and campaign for change to address local regional problems facing people in Bradford. We involved around 20,000 students and spent a day listening to each other in school's pandemic recovery summit. From there, we launched our manifesto for change. The first point of our 10-point manifesto said, "Listen to our voice before you form policy, because we know what effect the policy will have. We still believe that young people should be listened to before policy is formed and decisions are taken." One of the drastic impacts of the pandemic on the younger generation was the effect it had on mental health for many young people. It has been a very stressful 2 years with the loss of education, lockdowns, and considerable uncertainty. As a result of this, the online world, education, and socializing became more intertwined in a bad way. There was no healthy distance between free time, work, and social media. The online calls were also a struggle as we all had to get to grips with new technology. For many of us, we also had responsibilities at home during the pandemic, and it was often difficult to balance these with our schoolwork. Being online all the time also increased the chances of running into people you don't want to. Many of us had to deal with cyberbullying or increased racism. We all know that if you wouldn't say something to someone in person, you shouldn't say online. But this did not always happen. This meant that issues between people festered and caused problems when we came back to school.
This year, we have been working with Citizens UK to make sure the voices of young people are heard. We have been focusing on anti-racism in Bradford. Last year, in November 2021, we held a workshop about anti-racism, where we worked with other schools to decide what we wanted to see change in the city. We wanted more anti-racism education in schools, and we wanted to increase in representing diversity in Bradford. In February, we had an action team meeting to plan who we were going to speak to and what we were going to say. In March 20, we had a meeting with Susan Hitchcliffe, the leader of the council. It went better than expected. Susan agreed with our concerns and was responsive and supportive. We then met with Alison Law, the Deputy Mayor for Police and Crime. We pushed her about making sure the police are responsive and present in our communities. We agreed to support the Colored Education Programme in schools and the idea of the Hate Crime Reporting Act that is being developed by the Hate Crime Alliance.
We then had a workshop with Alison, our senior police officer in June. This led to the realization of poor representation of the police in the eyes of the public. Alison took the situation very seriously and committed to working to make the police more diverse so that they could better support communities across Bradford. Overall, this year has been very successful as we have gathered a lot of information and met with powerful people who have listened to us. From this experience of working with Citizens UK, we have built up confidence in ourselves. We have gained skills such as public speaking and negotiating. We have also built up the reputation of the younger generation as responsible leaders in our community who can and should speak to people in positions of power.
For mental health, we looked at all of the most common mental health issues for young people facing during lockdown. What provisions were available at our schools to support young people and their mental health? What gaps were in our current provisions? We collected student voice, staff voice, but also ran sessions with St. John's Primary School in which we discussed mental health with a group of Year 6 students. They spoke openly about the issues they had faced due to COVID, mainly about missing school and the experiences this brought with them, and the worry they face about when normality would return. Amongst young people in our school, common mental health issues that people struggled with, including anxiety, depression, and worry that they were missing out, whether that be missing out on time with their friends, their family, or their school. We collected testimonies from people brave enough to share their own personal stories. One that touched me the most was from a student who worried that they wouldn't be able to see their father due to lockdown, so they had to stay with their mom. We then joined forces with other schools and shared their stories with student voices we had collected in our schools. We broke the issue we found out into categories, and we voted in on which one was the highest priority to focus our attention on. We decided that schools would benefit more from trained professionals who could talk to young people about their mental health. We then took this concern to the people of power in Bradford. We had meetings with Bradford Council and with Therese Patton, Chief Executive of Bradford's District Care Trust, who brought along with her the Director of Nursing. This meeting was incredibly powerful, and they invited us as student-represented schools across Bradford to work with them on a project designed to improve young people's mental health. This showed that the impact this project had was really big, which we had made a difference and we would be part of a change in Bradford. I feel so proud to be part of a real social change, and it shows me that really anything is possible to us as young people. I have learned that my voice matters and that I can have an important part in changing things in my community. I now believe passionately in the power of young people to enact change in their community.
The effects of disadvantage and poverty have increased through the pandemic. We are not all the same, but we all want the same chances. This is about fairness and equity. We have listened to students in our schools and have learned what disadvantage and poverty means. Disadvantage means you can be negatively affected because of your home circumstances, where you live, your family situation and background. Poverty is when people sometimes struggle to pay for everything they need, such as food, heating and clothing. It can be led to being stereotyped negatively by others. Being unable to access the basic resources in a supportive environment that allows students to learn from home has also unfairly put them at a disadvantage. For example, not having access to the internet, electronic resources or software. This means they miss on opportunities to engage in activities that would equip them for academic success. After conducting a whole school pupil voice, we found that a large number of pupils have faced a wide variety of issues, such as lack of IT equipment to complete online learning, no access to internet, unable to afford food for all their families, or their parents losing jobs / going on furlough. Based on these, we started to think of ideas of ways in which we could make small changes in the city of Bradford, better for young people in the city. We gathered the thoughts of students at our school and then shared our findings with other schools and trusts across Bradford. Through this process, we agreed upon asks. These were the areas that we thought would have the biggest effect upon reducing the impact of poverty and disadvantage across the city. Our asks were: we want the development of food hubs, breakfast clubs, and community kitchens supported by supermarket vouchers. We want the community to work with schools to provide internet access and access to other resources such as computers, revision guides, and calculators in the community. We want lit clubs in schools to give a place for students to access computers after school and have food. Through this process, we have met with several people, including Councillor Susan Hinchcliffe, Councillor Abdul Jabbar, Bishop Toby Howarth, David Scott, who is the Corporate Affairs Director at Morrison's, to share our ideas and seek their support. Through this work as a school, we have developed our own hub in which Year 11 pupils are given a quiet space to complete their own revision and have access to computers and resources they may need. We hope this is something we can then roll out across the city. Thank you for listening.
Over the pandemic, children, especially students, have faced major disruption in learning. This has not only impacted their mental health but also their journey of learning. Students have struggled to express themselves but also be themselves. And as a student myself, it had filled me with worry and fright as I felt that I had major gaps in my education and learning. And as a result of this, all schools from Bradford have come together and met online to discuss their pandemic experiences and have made a manifesto which have different views and ideas on how to change Bradford for the better. Here is our manifesto. Our manifesto has a total of 10 points, so I'm really up to you. Listen to our voices before you form policy because we know what effect the policy will have. Make mental health support for young people and priority in schools and in community to explain how we can access and act quickly. To know what we suffer, the effects from racism and things we love, help us to educate and racism in Bradford. Here is where we say it's not all about lost learning. We've lost social, cultural and support opportunities too. We must make up for this. Always tell us what you are doing for us and why, and remember to do this forever. Make your clear plans to help us make up for the lost learning and opportunities. We don't feel well enough prepared for future education and employment. We've missed voluntary opportunities and educational trips and lots more. We are not all the same, but we all want the same chances. Help us identify the effects of disadvantages of poverty in Bradford. This begins with simple stuff like making sure Family has food security, heat, the best uniform, and school supply technology. Let not lose the benefits we've gained during the pandemic from learning at home, making better use of technology and making sense of community togetherness. Listen to us before you decide how to make us with the uncertainty surrounding exams and assessments this year and next. Please also remember our teachers who have worked so hard to help us. Make this beginning of a brighter future for us all, yours filled with colour and light. We hope that our manifesto makes a great change for all students across Bradford, and that's all from me. Thank you, please.
Over the pandemic, lots of young people faced a lot of problems together. Together we sought to push for issues to be listened to, and for influential people to listen to us and promise to us. One problem we all face is the cost of living. People suffer, they make a choose between having a house over their head or feeding themselves. This is inhumane and unjust. We ask for support from people in power. One of our policies were listen to our voice before you form a policy. Do we know what policy this will affect? 1 in 7 children go to school hungry, and teachers have seen an increase in hunger in the classroom in the last year alone. Sadly, a third of teachers said that they see at least one child arrive at school hungry every day. The attainment gap has just widened as a result of lack of resources, and the pandemic and the disadvantaged students are suffering. Children are behind wealthier students. This will cost them our future. The aftermath of the pandemic has caused me doubt to who to trust, as we all promise things that are not delivered. Our last policy was to make this a beginning of a better and a brighter future for us all, a life filled with colour and hope, a future where we are all equal, a future where everyone has a place. Now I will pass on to Catherine from the Lotus program. Thank you.
Thank you, students. Watch out for these famous 5, because these guys are actually talking to our leaders and system leaders across Bradford, not just to make a change for themselves, but a better change for all children and young people across our district. So just to let you know, people stood at the back, I know you've been stood a while now, we have a lovely front row seat here, we've got a whole row, please do fill those seats and enjoy what I'm about to say. That's it, Frida, come and lead on. So, I'm from Yorkshire. I think probably my accent gives that away, but actually I'm a proud Bradfordian, and in fact my family heritage has its roots firmly in Keighley, a town not too far away from here. And if you live or work in Keighley, you may have seen the recent art installation which depicts 3 words that describes Keighley as diverse, warm and strong. This was the description given by a group of South Asian born women from the Keighley Association of Children's Centres, and believe you me, you can't argue with that. As a true Yorkshire woman, I know a place shapes you. Its people make you, and the imprint they leave stays with you for life. Keighley is the town I grew up in, and I love that I share it with so many people past and present. Our diverse, warm and strong town is part of the wider Bradford district, where heritage meets culture, and soon to be City of Culture 2025. I'm proud to work for the Department for Education's Bradford Opportunity Area for the last 5 years, and this has without a doubt made its mark on the educational landscape. You've just heard Anne-Marie outline the impact and successes we've had working together with our leaders, teachers and educators. Challenging our programme, but not deterring us, was the recent pandemic. We know many examples where lives have been turned upside down, where families have lost loved ones, young people missed opportunities, and children have borne the brunt of curtailed plans and confinement. We recognise the challenges of inequality here in Bradford, made worse through those treacherous 2 years. It widened disadvantage and learning gaps and deprivation. creating wide learning gaps between children living in different postcode areas of our district. This has made us more determined to build a legacy that is founded both through our work and through our people. Our programme has not just been about delivering against a plan, it's been about to place shape and to trailblaze new approaches to working across complex systems. Our energy, drive and ability to create the things that make sense to a system and to a geographical place has enabled us to achieve our aims and meet our targets, but we aren't ready to leave. Our ambition and to achieve a large-scale change has not stopped. Our pace and passion is not slowing down. We are fired up. Yes, we are fired up with the determination to continue building on our successes, to continue working with you, our people, our communities, our schools and businesses, to tackle these fundamental inequalities. We can't stop now when there's so much left to do. Our vision is simple. By 2040, we want all children living in Bradford living healthy, emotionally adjusted lives where the equity of access to educational opportunities, the place they live is thriving and their health and learning needs don't hold them back. In this, I present the Alliance for Life Chances. This alliance is both a partnership and a programme of activity, focused on working together with our individual and collective connections to drive forward change to support initiatives that reduce inequalities. We make no excuses for being bold and ambitious because we know it will take a generation to impact a generation. Our alliance aims to help leaders and practitioners do even more to help children and young people lead productive and healthy lives. We know that getting on means having good life chances, but we need help from you, our communities, practitioners and businesses. We need you to help achieve our mission, and therefore we are aiming to secure your involvement and buy-in through our pledge of support today, which we'd like you to sign behind the black curtain there. Let me finish on drawing a parallel. Like the group of women from the Keighley Association Women and Children Centre who developed their printing press poem and chose 3 words to describe Keighley. Our Alliance for Life Chances has only 3 words to describe its true cause. Our children matter. This alliance is, of course, your alliance, a conduit to building a solid coalition of support from you, our people and our supporters. I hope you enjoy the day today. Please do explore and learn about the plethora of connected activity and programmes which all demonstrate how working together can and does improve life chances. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. It is now time to move into our panel sessions. We've got a panel taking place here on the orange stage and also on the blue stage to the rear of the room. You're welcome to choose which panel you attend. These sessions are led by a number of experts. They're aimed to be both informative and interactive, so don't be shy in asking questions. We are pleased also to present 2 live school performances from Hazelbeck Performing Arts Group and St John's School Choir. These really are a treat, so I do hope you enjoy. Lunch is arranged over a 2-hour window, so don't worry, there's plenty of time to replenish and refresh and network and listen to the panel sessions. We have a prayer room available on the 3rd floor in the video room. And we also have exclusive access to David Hockney's A Year in Normandy exhibition just through the entrance there. Unfortunately, there's no food and drink allowed and only photos for private use. Please don't use them on social media if you're taking photographs of the actual prints. We hope you take the opportunity to explore our exhibit section between the 2 stages, and at some point today, listen to the showcase of work from our key partners. Don't forget to use the hashtag ALC22 for
for your social media postings throughout the day. And lastly, if you need any assistance, please find our helpers in the orange t-shirts who will be able to help you. I do hope you enjoy your time with us today. Please enjoy. We'll speak to you shortly. Thank you. So on the orange stage we have supporting connected health development, and on the blue stage we have strengthening school leadership and improving access to high quality teaching.